Convoy and Associates.
Injured people have put their trust in us for more than 25 years. The results? Hundreds of millions recovered for Georgia families just like yours. Call me today. The call is free, and you pay us nothing until we win.
Call the attorney you can trust.
News 12 wants to wish you a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
On your side, this is News 12 First at 5.
Cases continue to surge across the two-state. COVID is disproportionately affecting our black community. 63% of the patients who die from COVID in Richmond County are black, but only 54.3% of people who live here are black. We spoke with city leaders today about how they're encouraging minorities to get vaccinated.
And they call this chronic mistrust because city leaders say there are so many layers to the skepticism in the black community, much of it dating back to the unethical studies of the 1930s, the Tuskegee experiment, where people were not fully informed of their treatment process.
It's why Augusta officials like Mayor Hardy Davis will have a primary focus over the coming months to try to change local perceptions about a COVID vaccine. Davis says they've already heard an overwhelming number of people say they will not get those vaccines once available to the general public. That's been illustrated in national data, too.
Pew Research finds only 42% of black Americans say they will get vaccinated, compared to more than 60% of white and Hispanic Americans. A major concern, though, COVID has hit communities of color the hardest, even here at home. The I-Team found 63% of Richmond County COVID deaths are among the black population. Mayor Davis telling us tackling vaccine mistrust goes hand in hand with ending this pandemic.
And so our message to the broader community, and without question, the communities of color, is that this is our way to move back to some place of normalcy. We're going to be on the front lines of this discussion and let people know that we believe in the process, we believe in the science, and we're going to continue to tell people to follow the science every single day.
Mayor says he will take the vaccine as soon as it's available. Meanwhile, the city is working on a series of public forums and workshops to try to address all of the skepticism. Details on those at 6 o'clock. The mayor says he will take the vaccine as soon as it's available, though. Meanwhile, the city is, as we just told you, working on those forums. But we will keep you posted at 6 o'clock.
New this afternoon, University Hospital tells us they are up to 119 patients in their COVID unit, with 10 to 12 more patients who tested positive in the ER. 22 of those patients admitted just last night. Hospitalizations up on both sides of the river. Georgia with 300 more COVID patients in the hospital as of today, and South Carolina has more than 1,000 beds being used statewide for COVID patients. That's more than 9% of the beds being used.
South Carolina's top doctor, Linda Bell, says she will be first in line to get the vaccine when it's her turn, and says others should do the same. She says as we wait for additional vaccines to arrive, we have to continue wearing masks, and together we can defeat this virus.
And we can report 2 more Richmond County schools will be transitioning to remote learning starting tomorrow. The Sandhills GNETS program will be virtual. That goes for elementary, middle, and high school students enrolled in that. Elementary students will return January 11th, and on the 12th, both middle and high schoolers are scheduled to be back in that classroom. We'll let you know if things change. A tornado warning to talk about in Tampa. This is what it looks like right now there. We have seen some live pictures there of the rain coming down, a tornado touching down in Pinellas County. Damage and debris already piling up, according to the Tampa Bay Times, as we look at one of our cameras that's panning the city. But sort of a stormy day down there in central Florida, Riley.
Definitely is, Richard. We actually did get confirmation that there was a tornado on the ground. We actually did see some ground truth from this, and they've actually extended that tornado warning now near Lakeland, Florida, just on the east side of Tampa. So this started as a very strong rotating thunderstorm, moved on shore, and is continuing to produce that tornadic threat. And this is all part of the larger system that's bringing all this snow up north, just north of us, severe weather south of us, and we are just kind of right in between with some just nuisance showers. Nothing that we can't manage out there. Scattered light showers, nothing all too heavy. We're not anticipating any rough weather or anything like that. We're just going to have to battle these showers at least for the next couple of hours. By around 7, 8 o'clock, this is now moving east of us. Hang on to a few clouds, but really the only weather hazard we're worrying about late tonight and early Thursday is going to be the potential for some dense fog, especially around the river, our lakes, and any valleys as well. So if you have an early morning commute tomorrow, definitely watch out for that. It's been a real struggle to warm up. Most of us still in the upper 30s, low 40s. We are expecting to warm up a little, though, the next few days. Have a look at that in the full forecast just a little bit.
Also new this afternoon, a fire in Beach Island leaves a family without a home. The call came in just after 2 here on Highway 421. Firefighters say when they got there, the house was covered in flames. 2 adults and 5 kids lived there. Everyone who was there when the fire started did get out safely. Officials say the home is a total loss, but the Red Cross is helping that family out. Law enforcement shut down Augusta Road with traffic backed up for a mile. Officials say the road should be back open in about an hour after first responders get rid of all the hot spots.
To the election now, Republican Senator Kelly. President Trump is also looking into assigning a special prosecutor to investigate.
New information about a missing 12-year-old who was found this morning. Hunter Powell went missing yesterday after he walked out of his house around 5 o'clock, spending the whole night alone with temperatures in the 30s.
He had been hunkered down in the woods all night. The attention, the lights, the sirens scared him, and we acted with a sense of urgency, knowing that that he was in danger because of the inclement weather conditions.
The sheriff says several people called in offering their horses and ATVs, even ATVs already being donated for toy drives. So the Burke County community really coming together to make sure this was a happy ending.
Also this evening, the Columbia County Sheriff's Office investigating after school officials say a student brought a gun to Baker Place Elementary. They tell us the gun was unloaded, but the student did have ammo. School officials say no one was ever in any danger, but parents can call the principal there at Baker Place or the superintendent's office if they have any questions.
Soldiers will be returning home for the holidays, but it will be different this year thanks to the pandemic. More than 1,000 soldiers and trainees at Fort Gordon and Fort Jackson will be heading home in waves for holiday block leave. We've reached out to Fort Gordon about the exact date soldiers are expected to return, but we do know everyone who went on holiday leave will have to quarantine for 2 weeks. The only thing 12-year-old Noah Cato wished for his birthday was to help others, and today his wish came true. Noah had a goal to collect 200 coats for kids in our community. He ended up with 270, blew right past that goal. He presented the coats to 36 guidance counselors in area schools, and at just 12 years old, Noah organized this event with his mom.
It took long because we had to find out what coats were, like which size, who needed the coats, what school it has to go to. We had to label them.
So I know this will benefit them because it's one less thing that they have to worry about, especially at this time of year and the holidays and all that.
Noah even got help from Osborne's cleaners. They touched up some of those gently used coats. Any coats not given out will be stored for Aiken County students in need. Early Christmas gifts for 10 lucky students from Jenkins White Elementary. St. Mark United Methodist Church helped fulfill the students' wish list this holiday, giving them gifts and clothes they asked for. Coming up at 6 o'clock, we're talking to 3 local nonprofits who helped make this happen. A shocking incident caught on camera. A father leaves his toddler at a Goodwill, while officials are calling this a close call.
Plus, the Sunshine State may be the hottest destination right now, while travelers are planning more trips to Florida this holiday season.
And it's been a cold, rainy day for us, but the last of the rain should be moving out by around 7 to 8 o'clock for us. Have a look at the rest of the forecast coming up.
They win these with advertising.
We have a sad story out of Mississippi where a 2-year-old was dropped off at a Goodwill donation center.
The little boy had a note saying his mom couldn't take care of him anymore. Surveillance cameras from the shelf in front of the Goodwill show what deputies say is a man walking to the donation center with a bag of food and clothes as he left the toddler alone.
I was very shocked, but the good thing was that they dropped him off and wasn't beaten or, something bad had happened to him. So that's the good thing.
Goodwill says they called police immediately after the child was dropped off. Tips from the public led the FBI and Shelby County deputies to a Kroger store where police arrested the man they believe abandoned that 2-year-old.
And police say it is possible the child's mother didn't even know the man had her son.
To weather now, as we take a look outside, this is I-20 at Grovetown. Just a nasty-looking afternoon. And Riley, the temperature is only going to start dropping now, right?
Unfortunately so, Richard, and we've really struggled to even make it to the 40s today. 43 is where we're at currently here in Augusta, and many of us have actually stayed into the 30s. So it has been a very cold rain. You can see how big this system is. It's still 3 different areas of low pressure still trying to merge into one. But look at that whiteout up across Pennsylvania from Pittsburgh to New York. They are dealing with some heavy snow showers. For us, it's just been light rain for the most part, nothing all too heavy, and we're actually tracking the last little bit of rain now starting to exit out of the region. So this is the end of the front that is now going to continue eastward. So our western counties, places like Sparta, Crawfordville, Washington, you're going to see this rain end fairly shortly, and then for us here around the metro, most likely between 6 and 7 o'clock, and then completely out of the CS rate by around 8 and 9. So it's not going to last too much longer for us, and those showers are light, nothing all too heavy, but yeah, you definitely don't want to be caught out there when it's 40 and raining, so make sure you are bringing that umbrella with you this evening. Patchy fog is going to be possible late tonight into early tomorrow morning, especially around here, especially if you're crossing the Savannah River tomorrow morning. Very cold outlook and gray look here, courtesy of EarthCam. Once again, temperatures really struggle to warm up at all today. We're still at 43 degrees here in Augusta, and those winds haven't been overly breezy, but it does make it just feel just a little bit cooler than that actual temperature. Through this evening, up till around 7, 8 o'clock, we'll see this shower activity continue. After that, we'll see a few breaks in the clouds, but as we continue to cool off overnight, we're expecting it to get down to the mid to upper 30s. We are anticipating some dense fog to form. Now, it's what we call patchy dense fog, so it's not expected to be everywhere, but we could just see pockets to where that visibility could be down in some places. So just be mindful of that, especially if your morning commute does take you a good ways away around the area tomorrow morning. Our lows tomorrow are expected to be chilly. Once again, not expected to hit freezing, but most of us at least down into the mid-30s tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow afternoon, we'll likely see a few peaks of sun, but expecting those clouds to show back up Thursday. No rain in the forecast tomorrow, but those high temperatures are going to be chilly once again. Mid to low 50s for most of us tomorrow afternoon. We'll continue that Friday, but Friday does look a good bit more sunny than what we're going to deal with tomorrow. Heading into the weekend, Saturday still looks good for us, and Sunday doesn't look terrible. May just squeeze out a few isolated showers later in the day.
As COVID cases rise across the country, travelers are flocking to Florida because of fewer restrictions.
Today, Governor Ron DeSantis announcing restaurants are staying open, which is much different than some other states. As Brianna Ross explains, some travelers say they are looking to avoid the restrictions, but others are concerned.
Flying into Florida, many visitors say the COVID-19 rules are different than what they're used to.
It seems like where I'm from, COVID is being taken very seriously compared to restrictions that are here.
It's definitely a lot different down here.
Here in Florida, there is no statewide mask mandate. There are no restrictions on restaurants, and Governor DeSantis says restaurants will stay open.
We just want to send a message. You know, some may want to shut you down. We want to pull you up.
For some travelers, the differences are what draws them here.
Less restrictions, it's good. That's why we're here. Get out of the weather. As long as no social distancing is there, I feel comfortable with that.
But some say the lighter restrictions make them nervous.
I'm not gonna lie, just walking around here, it's very different up north. People are wearing masks everywhere, and I'm going to stores, people aren't, and it makes me a little uncomfortable, and I hope that people take it seriously. It's been really bad in our state.
Whether they have concerns or not, travelers tell me they plan to do their part while they're here in Florida to keep everyone healthy and safe.
I will probably wear a mask most of the time.
I think that sometimes people are a little wary about leaving their own state to come here, but I think it's very safe.
Everybody goes to Florida for different reasons, and just, buyer beware, especially as we travel coming up on this Christmas season. They don't want a repeat of what happened with that Thanksgiving spike.
And earlier this month, the White House Coronavirus Task Force had recommended Florida take stricter coronavirus measures like requiring masks in public spaces at all times, closing or reducing capacity in indoor spaces, and limiting outdoor gatherings. But Florida did not do that.
Still to come here, first to 5, people finding new ways to celebrate the holidays. This one's just for the kids. After the break, we're going to hear from the man who created all this.
Christmas during a pandemic doesn't have to mean it isn't merry. scary, and a guy in North Carolina saw to that when he decided to go all out with an interactive Christmas display in his front yard.
He really did go all out, too. Will Peterson gives us a look at this winter wonderland in Charlotte.
It just makes you feel good when you're able to see the families having a good time.
This is so much fun.
When we started thinking about Christmas, we wanted something that was a little bit more interactive for folks. So we've got a mailbox where kids can drop their letters to Santa. We've got a sleigh, a selfie sleigh that we built that kids can climb into, families can get into, dogs can get into. We've got a candy cane ring toss and a snowman bowling alley as well. We hid 20 candy canes, visual from the path, for folks to find. It's fun for us, and we have a wishing tree before folks go out on the greenway. So a lot of folks have written down on tags and hang their tags on the tree their wishes for 2021. So I mean, it's just been amazing. I think it's therapeutic for a lot of people just to write down what they're hoping for the upcoming year. We've got a hot air balloon Santa, and it wasn't good enough to have him on the ground, because if he's in a hot air balloon, he's got to be in the air. So he kind of overlooks the entire thing. So that's my favorite. I mean, it's great to see all the families out here. It gives them an opportunity to do something during the holiday, see Santa Claus, mail a letter, have some fun outside. It's just an opportunity for families to really spend some time together and get out of the house in a way that they haven't been able to.
Oh, man, people going all out this year with the holiday cheer.
Yes, they are. Again, that's in Charlotte, and that wish tree is a great idea, especially this Christmas.
Yeah, very cool.
Hey, and any plans this weekend? Maybe go check out some lights. Not looking too bad. Should be dry through at least Saturday. Few showers Sunday, but not a whole lot. Now look at that radar in 7-day just after the break.
Warnock, and I approve this message. Watch 1226 on your side, wherever you go.
Well, it is chilly out there. We're still seeing wind chill temperatures, so our feel-like temperatures, mid-30s in some spots. 35 is what it currently feels like there in Thompson, 38 for us here in Augusta. If it's not feeling like the 30s, it's at least the low 40s for us. So it has been a cold rain today, but we are tracking the last of it, so we should start to see some improvement, at least over the next couple of days. This rain is expected to get out of here by around 7, 8 o'clock across most of the area. And we're already drying out across our western counties, so places like Crawfordville and Tolliver counties, Sparta, Sandersville, Washington. Now that that rain is east of you, you are expected to stay dry the rest of tonight. For us here around the metro, we're kind of in between a batch of showers, so we could actually be relatively dry for the rest of tonight. The only thing we have to worry about is the potential for some dense fog out there by early tomorrow morning, so just be careful with that if you have an early morning commute. We're expected to get back down below freezing by Friday and Saturday morning. Saturday morning likely the coldest over the next 7 days. This is the good news, or at least in my mind, finally warming up. Seeing those lows back in the 40s next week and highs in the mid-60s.
Riley, thanks very much. As the vaccines continue to roll into hospitals around the two-state, hospitals here are beginning the vaccination process. We're going to take you there. First at 5 continues in 3 minutes. See you then.